Okay guys, we've been posting a lot on Elevate about change. Now, change is something we are super passionate about, and change is something that is encompassing our brand. Our brand wants to promote and inspire change in others because we've experienced it ourselves and it changes your life for the better. Once you decide to change your habits, change your routines, change what you are doing in life and swapping out bad habits for good ones, your life can turn around and you can get on a way better path. So we want to inspire and create change for as many people as we can, and that is why we have made the brand, and that's just why we want to build a community around it. But the hardest thing about change is starting. At the start, it's going to feel near impossible to take the first steps, to complete the first day of whatever you want to do in order to change. That's why I'm hopping on here. I want to talk about a couple of different things about implementing change, things that are going to help the process be a bit easier for you. It's going to hold you accountable to do it, and it's going to make it more sustainable rather than just something you complete for like a couple weeks or a month and then go back to the same way of living, which can be a vicious cycle of, you're someone who is stuck in a rut, you get out of it, you work hard for a month, and then you fall back into the same habits and bad lifestyles. And I'm someone that's done this before, and it's super hard. It's super hard, and it's super hard starting again and finding that motivation to go again. But having these things in place makes it that much easier. So I want to go through a few things. So once you've identified that you want to change something in your life, you need to have a why behind it. Because if you don't have a why behind your change, it makes that change so much harder to do because you have no reason to change. You talk about this change you want to have, but if there's not a purpose behind it, if there's not a reason you want to change or something you want to change for, then it's going to be hard to stick to that change. Okay, so you got to have a why. It might be to change for the better for your partner. It might be to change for the better for your family, for your business, for anything. If you want to change, you need to have a reason why. Okay. Now, when I'm talking about change, it could be anything: physical, mental, business, anything you want to change in your life. There needs to be a why behind it. Now, something else that can really help you with change is community. Communities are fucking huge for change, and it is pretty much why most people get into changing their lives in the first place, because they have either seen a community that is thriving and promoting change, or they know someone who is part of a community and has changed themselves. And these communities are awesome because they not only offer accountability for you, but they offer a space where it's not just you doing it. You're not alone. There's other people who have done, or who are like just smashing what you want to achieve. So there's going to be a group of people who are already way ahead of the path that you want to take. And this is perfect because they're already on a stage where they're disciplined enough to implement the change, and they've already got the ball rolling. So all you need to do is join this community, and you pretty much just need to rock up. And rocking up to this community allows you to tag along to their discipline, tag along to their motivation and the ball that is already rolling with this community. And it allows you pretty much a stress-free environment where you don't have to worry about showing up for yourself. You just show up for this community and you get the change as a byproduct, okay? So look for these communities around. If you want to change like your physical health, there's heaps of local running groups, local workout groups. Pick a mate, a friend, someone who's already into it, and start, walking, running, doing whatever with them a few times a week. There's a lot of groups in gyms, and there's also massive community groups on like breath work, meditation, cold water plunging. There's a lot of different options out there for you to go and join a community and to start changing for the better. So look out for these communities, look out for people you may know that are already in these communities. A lot of people post about it on social media. If they're doing something like that in a community, you'll know about it and you can say, look, hey, I love what you're doing. Can I tag along the next time? And these groups are always so friendly and you'll be welcomed in with open arms, and it's a huge way to be able to create that change and be with people who are doing the same thing. So community is another big one. Another big one is social accountability. Now, social accountability is something that I have used in the past many times, and I could honestly say it is the most impactful thing I could say to hold you accountable to what you want to do. Anytime I want to make a big change in my life, or I have an idea to do something that's very out of the ordinary and very ambitious and honestly scares me, what I'll do is I'll write down, or I'll make a video like this, just talking about it, about what I want to do, what I want to change, when, how long it's going to be. I'll make a video or I'll write it down in a post and I'll put it up on social media. So I might make a post saying, look, I'm doing a 1 month program. I'm going to be working out every day. I'm going to be quitting drinking. I'm going to be doing all these things to better my health and all these things. You're putting yourself out there on social media, and that's holding you accountable because you're putting that out to your friends and family, people who believe in you. And if they see that, they're going to expect that in a month's time, you're going to be completing this program and you're going to be a different person. So if you don't do that, you're not only not showing up for yourself and not holding yourself accountable to your own words, but you're also doing the exact same for them. Now, they probably aren't going to be watching your journey. They probably don't give a fuck whether you fail or succeed. But if you think they do, it's going to be huge for your accountability. And it's something that works with me. If I got something like that, I'll post it up. And that holds me accountable, knowing I might not have eyes on me, but just thinking that there's eyes on me, watching me throughout my journey, pushes me along every day to go out there and fucking do hard shit and get shit done and seek change. So social accountability is huge. Use it as a tool. If you're going to be changing or doing something, post it up on social media. Even do daily videos talking about your struggles, how you've been moving through something, the challenges, what's hard, and just do that. And it keeps you accountable. Again, it comes back to that why of doing it, and it keeps you going on the same track, and it's awesome. Now, the next one comes in not really at the start, but once you have gotten a little bit into whatever you want to change. Now, this is to coach and inspire others. Now, the best way to keep yourself accountable and to also keep learning and staying on the right track and not falling back to those old habits like we all do is to help someone else. If you've already gone through some change and you see someone who's been following you, they're a bit on the edge, they've expressed their interest about changing, and they want to, but they haven't really had the balls to get into it yet. Get around them. Drag them into your groups, your community groups, drag them into whatever you're doing and say, look, I know you want to be part of this. I know it's hard at the start. It was for me as well, but come join me doing this, and drag them along. And the best way to hold yourself accountable is to teach and inspire others, because you are then being held as a high regard because you're showing them the way. And by showing them the way, you cannot be falling back to your old habits, because then you are letting them down. And then they're going to go, oh, fuck, it didn't really work for him. And then they're not going to try it. So you hold yourself accountable when you want to teach and inspire others. So use that as another tool. Once you've implemented some change in yourself, start trying to help others and give back to others, because that will help you be more accountable to yourself. Another thing we need to identify is, why do I want this change to happen in my life? A lot of people just randomly come up with these things where they might say like, I want to get up at 5 o'clock every morning. But it's like, why do you actually want to get up at 5 o'clock every morning? Not everybody's a morning person. If you want to get up at 5 o'clock every morning so you can get a workout in, so you can prep stuff, so you can get stuff done while it's quiet before work or before a certain thing early in the morning, then that's perfect. You've got a why behind your goal to do it. That is awesome. But if you're just getting up at 5 o'clock for the sake of getting up at 5 o'clock because other people do it, you don't need to be doing it. You need to identify, why do I want this change? If I'm someone who is overweight, why do I want to be healthy? Why do I want to lose all this weight and be someone who lives a healthier lifestyle? You might want to live longer. You might want to be a better role model for your kids. You might want to be there for your kids more and be able to participate in more activities for your kids. You might want to become a better partner, feel more empowered and feel a lot more confident in your own body and being able to express that to your partner. You might want to change out bad habits for good habits in your life, be a better role model to your family. You might have let your family down in the past with some habits or some, bad turns you've gone down in life, and that might be your why. Your why might be being perceived as a trustworthy, empowered, disciplined person by your family, and that's what's going to push you through. So identifying this why is huge. And sometimes the why can simply be like other people's perceptions of you. Your reason for doing something can simply be, I want to get from A to B, so once I get there, person A looks at me and says, holy fuck, look what they've done. I'm so proud of them. And most of the time they're going to feel so proud of you that they're going to feel empowered themselves to go out and seek their own change. So it's huge. It's like a butterfly effect, and it really does roll on. The more people you see change, the easier it is going to be for others to seek change within themselves, and it's huge. So identify your why. It doesn't have to be much. It could be to impress. It could simply be to impress someone. It could be to have a better relationship with your partner. It could be have a better relationship with your family. It might be rocky now, but once you've developed that change, it might be a lot better. You might be a completely different person. And that's what we believe, and that's what we want to inspire with our message and everything at Elevate. So I hope you've got something out of what I've been talking about. I'm extremely passionate about it. And if you've got any questions, let me know, because there's so many different ways you can go about it. I've just named a few of them, a couple things that worked for me. So yeah, look, don't be scared to reach out to me. Don't be scared to reach out to anyone in the space, because people are a lot more helpful than you think they are, and they want to help you a lot more than you think they will. So don't be scared to reach out. Don't be scared to get vulnerable on social media. Don't be scared to really go out there and grab life by the balls, because once you start doing that, you realize just how good it feels. You realize pretty quick how much time you've wasted, but then you also realize that there's so much more time ahead of you, and you realize that you can start creating your life. You don't just have to go through life, you end up starting to live life. And that's something I've done this year. I've found my purpose. I've developed something that inspires me every single day, and working on it fucking feels so good. Being able to work on something that I'm super passionate about and being able to put so much time and effort into it is really humbling, because it is something that I'm passionate about, something I want to do. I want to inspire change in others, and I want to help everyone get better. So, this is so much fun for me. I'm still on my journey. There's so much fucking shit I can do. We can always get better. There's always change to be had in people. There's always change to be had with anyone. No one's perfect, and everyone should just embrace the struggle, because it's there. You can't fucking fight it. It's never going to go away. You're always going to be struggling with something. So put it out there, get some fucking love, give some fucking love, and start changing for the better, because it feels fucking good and it is so much fun. So, you.